Welcome back to our daily show. The time 9:45 on this Wednesday morning. We got Chris joining us via Zoom, and we're talking all things Battle for Brayden, a wonderful event and just a really harrowing story. Chris, thank you so much for your time today.
Hey, absolutely. Thanks for having me.
Well, right off the bat, if you could, for our audience, fill us in on just the overview of Battle for Brayden, how this all came together, because we were talking last week, Chris, and just to hear how everyone really rallied behind this is wonderful.
Yeah, absolutely. So Brayden is kind of, I guess you would say, a hometown hero. So he was in 8th grade, riding to school with his high school sister. And they were in a very traumatic car accident. Brayden was actually airlifted to St. Louis. Yeah, the injuries were so horrible or so bad that, they didn't know if he was going to make it. So that's obviously, that's terrible. It's sad. 8th grade basketball star, like everybody likes this kid. Everybody does. So throughout the course of things, we had 2 lung total collapses. They did an experimental procedure to try and repair that. And just, man, there's just been so much associated with it. The thankful, or I guess the lucky part is we're very thankful that he is home now, and he's starting to live a version of a normal life.
Well, and honestly, I couldn't even imagine, just for the whole family's sake and for Brayden's sake, just the thoughts and what, you're going through mentally on top of this physical toll. I could only imagine just the struggles there. And, whenever we're talking about something like this too, I think it's really great, Chris, that it seems like no matter where in the county and just outside of it, our region here is really good about coming together for causes like this and really helping support, because you're right, man. I mean, Brayden is a hometown hero. There is no doubt about that.
Yeah, it's really cool, man. So I've been a lot of places in the world. I've traveled with the military and all kinds of stuff like that. And just the small town support that we're seeing here. I mean, Highland's just shy of 10,000 people. And we have, I think, 8 events now. We have 8 separate events that are happening on the same day to support this family. Like, that's just amazing to me. And just the fact that there's more people coming in saying, hey, I can do this, or hey, I can do that. We're selling out of tickets for out of tables for the actual battle. So the UFC type mixture with the boxing and even a pillow fight. Like we're seeing such amazing support across the board, and it's really that small town community love and support that really the St. Louis Metro is kind of known for.
It really is. And Chris, have you had an opportunity to talk to any family members of Brayden, or even Brayden himself, about some of the thoughts that they have seeing the region rallying behind them?
Yeah, so I have been able to talk with Grandma Pat. So interesting story, how my connection is here, right? So Grandma and Grandpa Pat, Brayden's dad lived right next door to me. So Grandma and Grandpa Baer were, obviously in my life from when I was a kid till still today. Heck, we were over swimming in their pool not too long ago because my parents still live next door to them. So obviously been chatting with Pat about it, but also trying to kind of just be respectful and stay back. If they need anything, they can reach out, is the kind of the mentality that I've had, because obviously they're going to be there's going to be people hitting them quite a bit for this stuff. So the overall just love factor and support, like it's amazing just to hear in text or in conversation with the planning team how the family feels about this, and just how overwhelmed they are is just awesome. So last night, perfect example, I was talking to my dad, who's helping me actually put together the Heroes ride, where we're, kind of like a poker run, but we can't really do the poker part. So we're doing it a little bit more creative. But I was talking to Dad last night, and he told me that there's family members of the Baer family flying in from all over the country for these events. So it's truly impacting in a great way.
I mean, it just brings a tear to your eye, Chris, because I mean, nobody can prepare yourself for a child being hurt or harmed in any way, shape, or form. And so, I mean, just to hear now that there's a little bit of I don't want to say relief, but just the fact that, you're acknowledged and that people love you and they love, the family. To me, that's what just brings the tear to my eye, man, because no one could ever prepare to go through something like this.
Yeah, you absolutely can't. I mean, you can think about it. You can hear other stories about it. For me, I was a first responder here in Highland. I was a firefighter. I've taken a kind of a different path on how to help the community now. But so yeah, every time I would go to one of these calls, I'm just like, man, what if that was my kid? It's crazy. But at the end of the day, the support, just knowing
Yeah.
and feeling the support that this community has given this family, it is kind of satisfying or reassuring that if something this bad happens again, the support network's gonna be there.
Well, and if it's cool now, Chris, I'd love to talk about how all the other events kind of intertwined and how they started to be added. Now, it started with the actual battle, correct?
That is correct. So it started as just the main event, the boxing event, and there was only a handful of fighters in the very beginning. Now I want to say there's like 18 total on the fight card, but that it's changed quite a bit when people are adding things like the pillow fight, which is
That's
hilarious,
cool. That's
but
cool.
awesome. We also got a UFC fighter to return to the ring. Former two-time champion is going to be coming out. Matt Hughes will be supporting this event.
That's so cool.
I'm kind of excited about
Man,
that.
I'm a huge Matt Hughes
out.
fan. I'm not even going to lie to you. That's freaking awesome.
Yeah, it's a legit opportunity and just shows the nature of human character, right? People can be good in ways that they don't even realize they're being good. So yeah, we started out with that, and now we have bridged out to basically all day. There is an opportunity for anyone to help. Okay, so from something as simple as going to Highland Auto Wash and getting your car washed, they're donating all of the sales that day. So if you have 10 minutes, go get your car washed in Highland, or if you live farther away, obviously, but. We're also doing a 5K run starting at 7:30 in the morning. There's a yoga class going at 8:30. There's a wiffle ball tournament happening at 11. There's a cornhole tournament happening at 11. The all vehicles ride is starting at 11. So if you can't find a way to support this, yeah, I don't know what to tell you. Maybe come up with something and tell us how you would like to do it.
Well, and honestly, man, I just think that there's no way we can't support this. I mean, there's so many opportunities to go and just in this point in the year, man, it seems like everyone's getting back to school and we start to get distracted at this point. And this is just me kind of observing, doing the show the years I've done it and just seeing how people react. Chris, it seems like we get so hyper focused because school's back and we're worried about our families. We're worried about making sure we end the year at our job the right way. But, to take an opportunity to step back and reflect that life is short, man, and anything could happen tomorrow and change everything. This is a wonderful way to do it, and really just to kind of go back and be a part of the community and center ourselves if we're in that back to school, back to work all the time grind,
Yeah, and it's actually kind of also perfect timing too, right? So this is we're getting right into the fall/winter season here in St. Louis, where people are going to be less opportunity to get out and about and just interrelate with people, just mingle and network and stuff like that. So the weather already looks to be great. We don't want to talk on it too much without knocking on wood, but
right.
Yeah, it's opportune timing for this event. As you said, as people start to wind back into that back to school and man, the holidays are almost right on top of us.
Exactly. And seriously, I think this is a wonderful way to just come out, and whether or not you're going for a combat sports or you're going just for the other opportunities, this is something for everybody. I mean, I love the wiffle ball tournament idea. That was great. A yoga class to start the morning off, or you go and do the 5K walk or run. Man, that's great. And then what I think's awesome is this main event. You aren't just having the battle for Brayden, which is, if you're thinking 1 or 2 fights, you're crazy. We're talking 18 bouts. This is awesome.
It is totally cool. So I do have to do a little bit of bragging on one of the events. So, main event, Dan Hokley versus Dwight Baxton. So, Dan Hokley is a Highland Piron Fire District firefighter. And he actually responded to the call. He was one of our partners that was out there. So, it's really great to see Dan willing to get into the ring to not only, help by battling to save Brayden's life, but now battling for him in the ring.
Oh, man. Wow. That's really cool. I mean, and was there any hesitation?
Oh, absolutely not. I've known
thought.
Dan for almost all my life, and he is the kind of guy that will help any person anytime he can. Obviously, being a firefighter, that's kind of his mentality and his background. But he's just such a great guy. He actually had to kick some butt to get in shape. He's not he's not always a fighter. Actually, I think he's only maybe been in a handful, but yeah, he's looking tremendous. He's working hard, and he wants to make this a great event.
That's just wonderful. And I got to ask you, with all the other fights, is there any that you're thinking is going to be some fan favorites here? I heard the pillow fight. Now, that's an interesting addition. I think that's a little bit fun. I like that.
Yeah, I think the pillow fight's going to be kind of a fan favorite because it's, the rest of these are kind of, if you are into Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu, if you are into boxing, if you are into MMA. So those are kind of, more niche to that specific fan group. But who doesn't love a good pillow fight? Like, just thinking about being a kid, heck, I would have had one the other night with my kid if he was, not playing Xbox. But that's just a hilarious one. And it's going to be an all-out war because they've been actually practicing with weighted pillows. So it's going to be
oh my
fun.
God.
It's pretty cool.
This ain't your grandma's pillow fight, is what you're telling me here.
Oh yeah, no, this is more like a backyard brawl kind of pillow fight.
Well, and what I think, and I'm trying to phrase this, but to be able to put yourself out there too, all the kudos to all the participants and all the fighters, because man, I mean, it takes a lot to go out there and whether or not you've been training your whole life, you trained for 2 weeks. I mean, just to be able to put your body, through some training and just putting yourself in that situation, that's really cool too.
Oh, it's absolutely awesome, man. Like that, it's just, again, it's back to that good moral compass, right? So not only helping a family, helping an event, helping a community, but doing better for yourself, getting into the gym, you may not have been a gym person before that.
Right.
And just getting out there and doing something better for yourself and overall the community.
And Chris, we're getting a couple of texts here on our text line. They're wanting to know, is there a way that they could financially donate if they can't make it up that day?
Yeah, absolutely. So we do have raffle tickets that we're selling. So they, have a potential to get something in return. The raffle tickets, they have one of our hometown heroes here, a guy named well, you guys might not have actually heard of him. He plays for the Detroit Lions, Sam Laporta,
Wow.
high school graduate, tight end for the Lions. So he has signed a jersey and some game-worn gloves. So that's one of the items that's in the raffle. We do have 2 firearms that are in there. We have half of a hog that's been donated by Cordy Meat here in Highland. And then there's also a 3-night vacation with $250 cash to go to Vegas.
Oh, wow.
So there is that opportunity. And I think that's the only big one that we're really doing. Honestly, if they wanted to donate in any way, shape, or form, we do have a Venmo that's been set up specifically for this, or just one of the many other events. Like, perfect example, if you can't attend the all vehicles ride, we have a pre-registration form. You can go in there and just pre-register, and in the notes put, I only wanted to donate or something like that.
Really cool.
Yeah.
And now I got to ask you, are you going to be in this wiffle ball tournament? Because I had a nasty knuckleball in wiffle ball. I couldn't pitch fast, but I could make you look goofy.
Well, I'm personally not. With me doing the all vehicles run, I'm kind of be all over the county and the neighboring counties. But if I was, I would definitely bring out some backyard wiffle ball skills. I think my kids would probably join me too, and we would just show you how the Freimann family dominates.
I love it, man. You know, and that's what I think's great about this is that there's something for, literally, you hit it on the head, Chris. There's something for everybody to come up and be a part of this. And, you know, for all of us here in Alton to take a couple of minutes and head up there and just support, man, that'd be the coolest thing for me to hear is that we had, you know, 50, 100 people from Alton going up there and really just enjoying the day and not only just supporting Brayden, but also, you know, celebrating his recovery and his journey to recovery too.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, I would be happy if one person showed up. I mean, that's the bare basics of it, right? We reached one person, we got their support, and that's awesome. If we could get that 100 from Alton and the surrounding areas, heck yeah, it'd be beautiful to see. And yeah, just whatever event you feel like you can contribute to, like. Don't feel pressured to do something, but if you can and if you're willing to, do it. Like I said earlier, if your car needs washed, come to Highland and get your car washed. It's so simple to support in such a small way.
Well, and I just, Chris, I just think this is absolutely wonderful. And we'll make sure to include everything in an article, as we talked about earlier, Chris, and then you'll be able to see it on the community calendar. This is a wonderful opportunity to be a part of what makes our region so special, and that's coming together in tragic times and supporting one another. And Chris Freimann, thank you so much for your time today. You're always welcome back on, and I hope to talk to you soon.
Absolutely, man. We really appreciate you having us and the support. And so if anybody out there has any other questions, just go to battleforbrayden.com. All the information's on the page.
And folks, if you're watching on the screen right now, battleforbrayden.com is what we've been showing in this picture-in-picture box where you can get some more details, ways that you can get involved, contact forms, the main event, and all of the details there. There's also an option to get tickets, I believe, right there, the buy now for purchase general admission, reserve table, and ringside tables if there's any left, you know, at that point in time. But Chris, man, I just think it's wonderful. I hope to have you back on the show at some point, but just keep up the great work, and it's great to know that the community and region are rallying behind Brayden.
Absolutely. Thank you for the support, and thank you for your friendship.
Oh, no problem, man. Same here. Appreciate it. At 10:01, we'll take a quick break. We're rolling on to top of the hour news right after this commercial on RiverBender.com and Roku TV.